Hello everyone, Navar Dixon here, IT Matrix Director for Flow Medical. And in this course, we're going to be talking about password management, and specifically a new tool that we have access to called RoboForm. So if you think back to the cyber hygiene course that I hope you've all taken by now, in that there's a lot about password management and how do we create strong passwords, how do we remember those passwords, and to be honest, it's not easy. There are a lot of systems we have access to. There's, a lot to remember, a lot to recall whenever you need access to that system, and it's just not ideal. So this will introduce the concept of password management in this first module. We'll also talk about why RoboForm, why did we select RoboForm. But to get started on the overall topic of password management, we need quick and easy access to our systems. We need to be efficient. And to be honest, having to type in one of many passwords that you have in your brain, being rejected, needing to try again, maybe forgetting, having to reset your password via an email link, it's just not efficient. We're wasting time. Unless you're one of the few who can just remember your passwords every single time you sign in, you're probably not satisfied with that overall process. So the good news is that RoboForm is that solution. I've been using it for a few weeks now. I tested it a while back. It is excellent, and I am very, very confident that you will be satisfied with this tool. We're going to talk about password management as a whole, the general concept, and then why RoboForm? Why did we pick that over some of the other options that are available to us? So, jumping into the overview of password management. When we're talking about password management, I mentioned it earlier, it's gaining efficient access to our systems. So what if I were to say there was a tool that let you sign in one time to one tool and all of your passwords were there? It would take it from there. It would take over. You no longer need to worry about what's my password for NetSuite, what's my password for Gmail. It's all there with one password. Now you may be asking yourself, well, isn't that a bad idea if all my passwords are in one place? Or what if someone gains access to my password? Or what if RoboForm gets hacked? And to be honest, there's no good solution yet. Those are still risks. But when we compare that to the pros, the good things that come along with password management, I believe they heavily outweigh those negative risks. So what are those pros? Well, the first is excellent cyber hygiene company-wide, right? We no longer need to worry about remembering all of our passwords. We no longer need to be worried about someone writing a password on a Post-it note and putting it right on their laptop. That's no longer a problem. The other pro is that RoboForm uses two-factor authentication. If someone has your password and only your password, they can't get in without that two-factor authentication. It does work. RoboForm does work with Google Authenticator and whatever authenticator you may be using, although Google seems to be a good one that I do recommend. And then that last pro, the last good thing about RoboForm that outweighs the bad, is that all of your passwords are in one place. You can easily see them, you can easily change them, and if something does happen, if they aren't hacked and they gain access, we can very quickly change our passwords. And only the ones that RoboForm had access to. So, just ultimately, this is the better option. So, why did we pick RoboForm versus some others? To be honest, this has been a long time in the making. We have tested many options, and to be honest, none of them have fit into our standard low medical workflow. As well as RoboForm does. RoboForm is a great balance between easy to use, but also has features that we need. You may go, a long time, days without ever needing to even worry about RoboForm other than signing into it at the beginning of the day. You can customize a few settings to really optimize it, but you don't necessarily need to. It works right after you install it. Everything you need is right there. Some of the others that we tried, they were lacking two-factor authentication and making it a huge security risk, or they just weren't streamlined as much as RoboForm is. And it's the best that I have found that blends well into our low medical culture. So with that is the end of Module 1. Let's answer a few questions and move on to Module 2. I'll see you there.